Before Instagram skits, TikTok videos, and social media hot takes, there was one man already doing it with rhythm. He didn't just make music, he dropped hot takes with a bass line and served common sense in stereo with his Zigima Sound. A cultural commentator in sneakers, a philosopher in full Igbo tree. From Because of English to African Style, he made us laugh, think and dance, sometimes all at once. Performer, philosopher, three-belt-wearing legend. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Bright Chimezie.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You can tell that I'm very excited today. Yes, because today we are sharing tea with a legend, an amazing personality who has been entertaining us, inspiring us, making us laugh with his music. And today is right here in the studio, and I am so excited. Please help me welcome the one and only groove master, Bright Chimezie.
Yeah.
I am so excited. Thank you so much for coming, sir.
Thank you too.
You are always representing the Igbo culture, and I love that.
Thank you very much.
You are from Abia.
Abia State.
Abia State. Yes. How was growing up like?
Growing up, the usual thing.
Things are different now,
yes,
right?
Things are very, very different. I was born in the village. I grew up in the village.
I just remembered something. You were born in 1960.
Sure.
The same year Nigeria got independent.
Bam.
The same day.
The same day.
Amazing. How does that feel like?
I feel great about it.
You're the same age as Nigeria.
Sure. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
You know.
So you were saying you were born in the village?
Grew up in the village, school in the village.
Really?
You know, so I have this cultural antecedents and cultural background with me. So played the cultural music of my people. Back in Abia State, we have Odumodu, we have Arungu, we have Iborokiti. Cultural music.
Oh,
so
wow.
all this cultural music influenced me a lot.
Wow. You said Odumodu.
Yes.
That's the name of the rapper now, right?
No, yes, there's a music. There's a music
called that.
Odumodu. I think he took it from that,
I see.
that level. There's a music in Abia State known as Odumodu music. These are sounds that existed even before I was born.
Oh, I see.
That's probably anybody answering Odumodu might have taken it from that level.
Okay.
So that's just that.
Okay. So how did you venture into music?
It has been an integral part of me. I've not done anything apart from music. So I remember my mother was quite musical too.
Okay.
We danced a lot, and then I think I copied a lot from her. So my father was a reverend gentleman before he passed on. So I got the discipline. So my background, musical. So I grew up from there. Then while I was growing up, I discovered that I love the culture of my people, the African culture and all this. So I concluded that I will expound it, take it to the highest level. I remember my debut, Respect Africa. That was in 1984. I did say in that music that I pledged to be obedient to Africa, my mother. And I did say that I won't allow her cultural ideologies to wipe away. So I thank God that I've been doing that till date.
Amazing. So when did you venture into music commercially?
That was immediately after my secondary school, 1979. So I went fully. But before then, I had been involved in music. I remember my first television appearance was in 1976. By then, I was still in secondary school. Then.
And your parents were okay with it?
Yeah, they didn't even know until they saw me on television because I didn't tell them.
Okay.
I didn't tell them about it. I think it was in NTA back then. Back in the days we had only NTA stations.
Yes,
for you to appear on television,
the big deal.
Oh wow, a big deal. It's just like back in the days for you to be signed on by a recording company.
Yeah.
So I remember a producer came to my school, Hong Community Secondary School. That was the 70s, to take us on a debating society. Those days we do debating
Debates,
society,
yeah.
debate and stuff like that. So we were there at the TV station. I saw some artists. Those days we used to, back in our band, Apostles Rock Group, Free Men, each time I see them performing, I get enthralled.
Yeah.
So the producer looked at me and asked me, you like this? I said, definitely I like it. That was after the debate. Then he gave me an appointment to come for an audition. I was a very, very young boy then. So we went for the audition and I passed. Then I featured on an NTA program that time known as Now Sound. That was in
No.
1976, Now Sound.
Wow.
So as Igbo one want to say, yeah, Sarako from there, the thing just took off from that level till now.
You mentioned signing is a big deal, even back then,
Sure.
right? Were you ever signed to any record label?
Sure.
Okay.
The record label that really brought me to limelight is known as Rogers All Stars.
Okay.
That was the label that I
heard
signed.
about that, yeah.
But before then, I had played a lot of bands in the East. Back then, it's not getting signed on. You see, before an artist gets into the studio to record, you would have played tire, a lot of social functions, birthday ceremony and burials and stuff like this. And that was the way we grew. By the time you go into the studio, you would have mastered the act. And
yeah.
once it comes out. So it was in 1984 that I was signed on by Rogers All Stars recording company. Then I released my debut known as Respect Africa.
What would you say is your biggest hit till date?
I wouldn't know. You see, I find it difficult to say. When you have a lot of children, all these songs we write, especially most of us that write our songs and perform them, you find it difficult to say this track is the best. So, but judging from people, I think I did Respect Africa in 1984. It was the best then until I did by 1986. I released another album known as Life of Shakespeare. Then by 1988, I did another one known as Oyibo Mentality. These were popular hits. Then by 1990, I did another one known as African Style, the one that all of you know.
African Style.
Yes,
actually, my favorite is not African Style, right? Because my father made us listen to your music.
Good.
It's the Ogbolo Soup on.
Sure. That is African Style.
Oh, that's African Style.
Yes,
oh, okay.
That's the title of the music.
The music. Okay. So what inspired it? It really happened? You went abroad at the age of 14?
Actually, it's just like asking Chinua Achebe whether things fall apart. You see, I'm a creative artist. And most of the times you used humor, you use message to wrap your message. People vibrate to you more when it's a bit humorous. And really speaking, I use humor to really get my message across to the people. The idea is I feel that Africans are suffering from identity crisis. And these are the things I have been trying to make people understand. I can come from this angle. I can create a story. But the bottom line is, who are you? Where are you coming from? And where are you going to?
Wow. Would you say that your message has been impactful?
Definitely. I remember in the 80s when it was very, very difficult for DJs then to play African music in radio stations.
Wow.
It was ask people that some of my colleagues, then, and they were playing foreign music. But we stood our ground. We sang about it. We took it on humor angle. Today, African music is all over the world. So it's permeating.
Have you taken your music across the world as well?
Sure. I've had a couple of shows outside the country. I've been in London. I've been in all over the world. Even though it's not all the time, but in the 80s and 90s, we did a lot of shows outside the country.
How would you compare then and now doing music? You're still doing music now, and that shows how amazing and talented you are, and you didn't You know, a lot of us these days, not me, but a lot of people these days, they go into music as a means to an end. Okay, I want to make money, I want to do this, but the real creative, the real talents, they can do it until forever. And that's what you've been doing. Till now, you're still making music.
Sure.
Yeah. So how would you compare making music then and making music now?
For me, honestly speaking, it's a passion.
Mm,
You know, I grew up and I saw it as a talent. I just held on to it. I
mm,
started developing it until this particular, point. I remember back in the days, we never even cared about royalties.
mm.
It's only now that my lawyers came and look at the contract I signed. I say, God save you. So we are out to to bring out our core, our essence,
Mm,
use it to shape the society, teach some kind of morals, entertain, and even teach.
mm.
So, but these days, music pays. Yeah,
Yes,
it pays
yes.
a lot, especially these younger folks that are coming that are,
Mm,
building on the foundation we laid in the past. So, music back then has a lot of morals, a lot of message to get across. It didn't pay much. It
mm.
didn't pay much because the recording companies, I wouldn't say they didn't account much for the
For the
artist.
artist. Mm,
So, but now everything has gone. The digital technology has taken over. You can't
mm.
afford to cheat any artist now.
Anybody,
And
yes.
most of the artists now are enlightened, they're educated, quite unlike back in the days. So they use the digital technology to advance
That's
their
your
career.
career.
So
Yeah.
music now, it pays.
Mm,
The only thing I have is the lyrical content. In terms of the rhythm and everything, they're doing quite a good job. But
mm,
what are we getting across to the society?
mm.
Some of the things we sing sticks. I
Yeah.
remember I did Respect Africa, um, 1984, count 1984 till now,
Till
it's close
now.
to 40 years. So I'll
Yes.
sit back and watch what I did 40 years ago. I
Mm.
can always say, oh, I love what came out of my
Man,
mouth.
mm.
So these days, I ask these boys, all these things that is coming out of your mouth, by the time your music stays up to 40 years, can you sit back with your children, see yourself, and be proud of yourself?
Mm.
So these are the things. They are doing very, very well. The only thing is the lyrical content, because the kids are listening, people
Mm.
are listening. We
Mm.
use this thing to teach, to educate.
Mm.
So that's just the problem I have about that.
Mm. How does your family, your children, sorry, do you mind me asking, how do they feel about your music and growing up with a musician? How would you say it was for them? It was like for them?
I remember, I think I got married 1990. By by October 90, I had my twins. Then after about 1 year, my voice came up on the radio.
Okay.
The twins were not up to 1 year. They were crying. They heard my voice. They stopped
Oh.
listening to the radio. It
Mm.
was then I knew that Igbo man will say, "Oh, Barashirike, blood is thick."
Together, what?
So the I have a family that knows what their dad does, and they are very, very supportive. You know, they feel very, very natural about it because I have been with them all this while. So
Mm.
it's your daddy is a musician, no, fine. So but there it's there and nobody takes it away from them.
Are any of them going to follow in your footsteps?
Sure, 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 sure. Sure. My the last not the least. That one is
How many kids do you have?
4 boys and a girl.
Okay.
Yes. One of them is seriously active. In fact, any moment from now, will be in the studio to produce his own album. But for
Nice.
now, while we're on stage, if I sing small, he will come sing too.
Mm.
So that's what is happening for now.
Interesting. So now, like I said, the music has changed and you mentioned it yourself. Are you like actively in the music scene right now? Like, are you in the digital age with the young ones? Are you doing everything they are doing to make sure that your music is heard globally?
Sure, 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 sure. Very,
Okay.
very, very, very sure. Um, I was recently signed on to Sony Publishing Company.
Oh, really?
Yes, and they're going to help globalize the Zigima concept. So I am still very much in music, very, very much in music. And at this point in time, some of my old jobs, classics, we might be revisiting them to,
I saw you remixed
remix them.
because
And
of English.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like because of English, we've done acoustic version of because of English, and it's trending now. So we intend doing more acoustic jobs and doing new ones too. And I intend working with the modern producers. You know, we worked with the olden producers.
Yeah.
Back in the days, we dealt with analog recordings. So I call it analog in Igbo, means we are fighting. So we really fought those days. So presently, the digital technology makes music much easier.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, I remember the last time I did something with this modern producer. I said, Oga, you make my work very, very easy.
Are you
Because by the time they
serious?
don't talk, I don't reach there based on experience, and stuff like that. So I intend working with a lot of them, and instead making my music pass through the digital technology that is in vogue right now.
Great. So you've been in the game for a long time.
Sure.
I'm sure you were used to your routine. Like, oh, you go for shows even till now. I'm sure that you have your constant customers where you perform your shows, and life was good. So all of a sudden, Davido came. How did you first realize that Davido sampled your instrumental in a song, and how did you feel, and how did you later hook up with Davido?
Actually, it just came like that. You know, I was driving to the grocery shop to pick one or two with my wife, and a call just came through. Before then, you know, we never spoke. So a call came through. He said he was Casey's manager, that Davido would want to talk to me. I said, I'm driving. He said, can you give me about 1 hour? By then, I would have gone to the grocery shop, picked one or two, and come back to the house. They didn't even wait up till the 1 hour. I said,
They called again.
called again. Oh, I know. So I had to listen. He said, Daddy, who's on the line? He said, Davido. I know no said the young man don't put me on SF. So so he was so excited. All of you watched it now, you know. He said he took some, you know, sampled my music, and that I encouraged him, and rather inspired him. That word caught up with me, because money apart, when somebody tells you that you are his source of inspiration, I mean, it's what's the correct adjective this time I'm going to use? It's very, very reassuring. It makes you feel that your hard work these days has not been in vain. So he said he got inspired by my job because of English. And I remember this because of English had been with me for over 40 years before I recorded it in 2007.
Oh.
That was when I recorded it. And it came out, and a young man of about 30-something years got inspired by what I did many, many years ago. For me, that is it. So I was so happy about it. He said, Daddy, try and listen to it too. I said, definitely, I'll listen to it. So I didn't listen to it that morning, you know. So by morning, I asked my personal assistant to play the stuff for me. So when they started playing it, I just, you know, checked out the progressions of the music, the guitar works and stuff. Before you know it, I started nodding. And when my son started recording, I didn't even know. I never knew he was recording so I was, all those behind, I was just following the beats and stuff like that. So after that, my son came out and said, look, Daddy, this is what I got when you were listening to, and I'm posting it. I said, really? So I was enthralled. The thing there for me is you inspired this work. You know, it's hard for a lot of artists to really come out, and colleagues of most of my colleagues, most of them dead and alive, inspired a lot of these younger artists. Too many of them were not able to come out and say, this is where I picked my inspiration from. Now, this young man came up and said, Daddy, this is what happened. If you didn't tell me, I wouldn't have even bothered. Maybe I wouldn't have known, honestly speaking. So I was so happy about that. And he said he would want to host me in Lagos and thereabout. So I agreed. And I came to Lagos and the moment he saw me, my daddy don't come, oh, daddy don't come. So it's, I said, Davido, you are just trying to make me a Gen Z papa. So that is the way it has been, and I appreciated him for that, and uh, the the my inclusion in the vibe also contributed in them hyping the music too. So
Yes, yes.
it's a good thing that happened.
Wow. Would you say it's beyond being inspired or beyond being happy with the impact of your work? Would you say that the collaboration or the association with Davido impacted your career in any way after that, after it happened?
Definitely, because I remember my even though that it's my children that put me on Instagram and all this Facebook stuff.
Yeah.
So I remember David coming to show me that is see, you are Instagram and because of English, I say wow, just because of this thing. So to a large extent, it kind of and got me introduced to this younger generation for them to start calling me Gen Z Papa and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
so I will agree to that to some extent. It did.
Great, great, great. You are now the Gen Z daddy. Is that inspiring your new music in any way? Are you now taking advantage of this introduction? Because most people that are older, they know you, but now we have the new generation getting to know you as well and knowing your music. Sorry, I don't know if your songs like the African Star, they are on streaming
Sure,
platforms.
sure, sure.
Yeah, so I'm sure this whole exposure is going to affect it. So do you have any other plans to actually leverage this buzz?
But definitely, before Davido came, we've been in the studio. I
Oh
have been an
wow, so
active,
it was even a timely thing.
definitely, I've been an active musician all this while.
Yes, okay.
I am not disputing the fact that probably he popularized,
Mm.
the whole thing. But I've been running a 16-piece band till date from 1984 till now,
Till now,
and I've been
wow.
releasing records, you
Mm.
know. So I was in the studio. I was working in the studio before his. We were already working on acoustic version
Version.
of,
Oh wow.
because of English before his call came through.
Mm.
We were already discussing with Sony publishing company before his
Wow.
call came through.
Wow.
So once the call came through, everything was for good.
Wow.
So I am I've already started working with the new generation.
Vision.
Before it came through, the booze helped to skyrocket everything. So I'm in the studio right now. We are through with the acoustic version of because of English.
Mm.
We're doing other acoustic versions and other new sounds.
Are you featuring any of our new guys?
Definitely.
Okay.
But I'm not going to mention their names now. Quite a couple of them are so much interested to
Oh, of course, they
to
should
jump
be
to jump
interested.
on the so but I'm not going to mention their names now until we perfect all the how do you put it, the cross and the T's and stuff like that.
Are you learning to use social media now that you are?
Yes, so the booze, you see, yeah, it's quite interesting. My children made me to be, start getting interested about it. I remember I was in Abuja a couple of days ago, and my son had a shot of me dancing. Before you know it, he put it on air.
I saw
And
that. I saw that.
so the thing don't they sweet me small. So I just they cool and they enjoy them too. So I'm
Mm,
getting involved, but they need to teach me more of it, like this one at TikTok and all the rest of them. So.
you need to be on TikTok, especially your song African Style. I hope it catches on. I think it will still catch on.
Sure.
Yes,
We
this
are
new
really going to work on
generation.
that.
Yes,
We'll work on that.
it has a TikTok, but even though it's been long you released it,
Sure.
even till now it's still meaningful. It's ageless,
Sure.
and that's amazing. I'm sure you have. Do you have a question?
Yes.
I'm sure you
Yes.
do.
Uh, it's really an honor having you, sir.
Yeah.
You know, I used to watch you when I was small, maybe 5 years old. I was actually dancing yours. Where I mean, whatever your dance style is something that I would do when I was really young, and I can't believe that you're here right here sitting with us. Thank you very much for coming to
Thanks a
and
lot.
honor it.
Thanks a lot. It's a
I
pleasure.
wanted to ask, where did the dance come from? Because it was so exciting. It's so energetic. I mean, I don't know. It was something that was a signature to the Bright Chimezie, like we know. Where did it come from, sir?
The dance, where did it come from?
Mm,
Yes.
It's my core. It's me. It didn't come from anywhere.
mm,
It's me. You see, once it's like the music I play. It's me. It's come from me. You see, I keep telling people that any song I release, before I release it, the complete music plays inside me.
mm,
Mm,
It is me that comes out and say, bassist, take this line, drummer, take this line, and
mm,
then the lyrics. So, and once it comes out, I listen to everything, and my body starts
mm,
interpreting.
mm,
So
mm,
my dance is an interpretation of the song I
mm,
am singing. And I try as much as possible to make my music timeless.
mm,
mm,
That's why if you listen to African style 30 years ago, you also want to listen to it now.
mm,
mm.
Uh, because of English, we did it. It was recorded in 2007, before Davido got an inspiration from
Yeah.
it. And that is it. So as regards to the dancing, it's my core.
mm.
And I when I'm performing, it is me. It is me. It's very, very original. I didn't pick it from anybody.
Now, and I mean, it's just always very interesting to watch your videos at the time. Like, we want to watch the most, especially the dance, the narration, and then the dance, the way your hand movement and your leg. It was so different and entertaining at the time.
Thank you.
I also wanted to ask, you mentioned about the music being made at back then and music being made now. I wanted to ask, it feels like there was much more, um, eh, artists were much more in tune to what the Nigerian African struggle was at the time. But now we see artists go into just lifestyle, happiness. If it's not that you don't think about lifestyle too at that time, but we're in tune about our situation and everything. Is it because you have a generation at the time that was singing about that same thing, or there's a certain inspiration that comes when you want to write your songs that inspire you to want to talk about the situation, or is it because you've seen your colleague, everybody, maybe that's the era, everybody
Mm.
was just doing it and that's why you also want to do it at that time, or there's a inspiration aside from just your other people singing?
No, no, okay. I didn't copy much from my colleagues,
Mm,
when we were starting. I remember I did tell you here that I told you that my father was a priest before he passed on,
mm,
and he had this discipline. He was a preacher man.
Mm.
So I grew up with a Christian family, but there I developed a mind, my
Mm.
own mind. I listened to my core so much.
mm,
So, and I interacted so well with the culture of my people, especially the musical aspect of it.
mm,
You know. Then those days, I keep on asking myself because some of the things I read doesn't catch up with reality.
Mm.
mm,
And when you ask questions, the answers you get, oftentimes it doesn't rhyme. So I'll just keep it to myself.
Mm.
I said there will be time that I will express myself the
mm,
way I want it.
mm,
And I also realized that if you're expressing yourself, you have to be very, very careful.
Mm.
mm,
Now, this humorous aspect of it came around. Naturally,
Okay.
mm,
if I like people that are humorous,
Okay.
mm,
and I enjoy jokes, especially healthy jokes.
Mm.
So being born in the village, bred up in the village, school in the village before coming to the town, all these cultural influences had a kind of became an integral part of me. And I realized that I'm musical,
Mm.
very, very musical. I know, without sounding modest. I can just create a sound based on what is happening now. So all these influences. Then, apart from African style, I also use Igbo language.
Mm.
I see what is happening in Igbo land. For instance, I did a song on Urubenwan Nabaloso. He who hears his brother's cry shouldn't run away. So
Mm.
it's me preaching. It's not
Mm.
just because that was what was in vogue that
Whoa.
time.
Mm.
So I saw myself as a preacher man. From the African axis, I was transmitting on a kind of African wavelength. So it's not like I saw some colleagues singing. It's me. It's in me. And just like a teacher, you're just trying to teach your students. That's my way. Zigima is my way of expressing myself, telling the world what I think is the truth. That is it.
Oh,
I
no.
noticed that you didn't just sing, even though you were like all about your Igbo language, culture, swag. Well, you were still singing in English. Was that intentional or was it just inspirational? Okay, I'm inspired today. I want to speak in Igbo. I want to sing in English. Or did you purposely say, I want to speak in English, sing in English so that I can reach more people? Was it a strategy?
To some extent, a strategy. But the truth is this: most of the songs come naturally.
Okay.
If you see me eating about with, it came naturally.
Okay.
I was just trying to get a message across.
Mm.
By then, for instance, even up to now, it's a mark of sophistication for us to behave like the Igbos. Up to now, it's a mark of
Yeah.
sophistication for somebody to get sick here and go to seek for medical
Yeah.
care
Yeah.
abroad.
Yeah.
I'm just coming from Alabeke now. I went for medical treatment. Mark of sophistication. In fact, a lot of people derive a lot of joy. It's also a mark of sophistication to get sick there and go to Iboman country and seek the best medical here that
Yeah.
is available,
Yeah.
and even die there and be brought home here. You know. So these are the things we are trying to. It bothered me when I was quite young. Can't we have the best here? Can't we have the best here? Can't we have the best hospitals here? Can't we have the best schools here? Why is it a mark of sophistication to say, "Oh, my kid graduated this and that and that"? It's happening up to today. So, is the identity crisis something we've been trying to repackage all this while? So, the African style thing, to some extent, intentional, because back in the days, most of my colleagues did theirs in, then why can't I reach out to people that do not hear
Yeah. The
Igbo
language.
language?
Yeah.
Why can't I reach out why can't I reach out to other Africans? Apart from them enjoying the way I dance and my the musical background,
Yeah.
they are entitled to know the message I'm getting across to people. So it's intentional and also it's in me. It came out like that live and I brought it out like that.
So how did you guys promote back then? How did you promote your song? Like you are based in Abia State. You
Sure.
sing your song here, you release it there. How do you make sure it gets across Nigeria and all over the world? Or do you leave that to your record label?
Yes. It was a difficult task then.
Mm.
I remember by the 1980s when I wasn't then based in Abia anyway. So
Okay.
those days we do seek greener pastures outside. By
Mm.
the time I left secondary school, that was in the late 70s, I had done my first album that didn't go anywhere much that time. It was the cultural music. Then I said, I need to get out. That time, communication in terms of telephone and every other thing cannot compare
Yeah.
it with what you have here now. And um, if you do it back home, or you're always looked at as a local artist. So we came down to Lagos here and started building. I remember I was the lead vocalist of the Customs and Excise Dance Band. That was in 1980, 81, 82, before I recorded Respect Africa. that shook the whole world. Then back to your question, the recording companies were the ones
Promoting the music.
promoting the music,
Okay.
doing most of the promotions, and we too we go on tour, with our bands. The in thing those days is once you're an artist, you just have to have a band.
Mm.
Once you're a musician,
After
see, we
all.
have a lot of solo artists around here.
Yeah.
But back then, when you hear Bright Chimezie and his
And
Zigma
and
movement, Sonny Okosun, Ozidi, Tony Gray, Ozimba, King Sonny Ade, I think World Beat, Dr. Olaya, the Evil Genius, and So once you come out, and it kind of branded us back in the days.
Yeah.
Once you hear Bright Chimezie, you know where it's coming from and where it's going to.
Mm.
So that's exactly what it is. So the artists helped the
Promotion.
recording companies to run the promotions
Mm.
back in. But these days is completely different. You can stay in your house. For instance, when you finish your job, they are in the studio, you post. Everybody
Yes,
gets to hear about it.
yeah.
Then the journalist writes something wrong about you. You stay in your house to refute it. Those days you'll be begging them, the whole editors running around them. So any of them can decide to carry any dangerous story about you. And before you debunk it, the story is
You're
gone. So
gone.
things are a lot more beautiful and easier now. In fact, the artists now are eating pepper soup. They're just enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
I wish I stay longer to enjoy with them too.
You will. You will. You said something very important. So actually, you performing is promoting your song. Because when you perform very well and people start talking about you, your song travels faster.
It travels faster. And that's one of the reasons why the Zigma brand is still relevant today. Because I didn't release it in 1990 and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I pump it in parties. I pump anywhere I go to. I sing it. It's a part of me. So that's the way it goes. But if you release a music and you don't, they don't get to hear it at parties, before you know it, it drops. So once an album comes out, it's not just talking about it on the social media. You got to be live doing it. Even select crowd, either big crowd or small crowd, it travels.
Yeah.
So that is it.
You also mentioned something. You said the band branded you guys. So was it like a conscious thing you did even back then that, we need to brand ourselves to make ourselves look a certain way to the public? Was it a conscious thing?
Sure. Very, very conscious thing, because back in the days, once you come out, you know where you're coming from and where you're going to. And you really have to, much wasn't coming out of royalties then.
Yeah.
Much wasn't coming out of royalties then. So, and for most of us that depended on music to feed, I mean, you have to be on the road. And most of us that were able to tailor our music to suit our cultural ideologies, definitely you'll get called up to come and perform. With that, the music keeps spreading. For instance, if I come here is Lakey now, and there is a club here, I perform here, maybe 200 people come in here, and I do my performance. The African style will stay in them live for quite a long time before it fizzles out. But a situation you don't get to see the artist, you just hear it on radio, within a short time,
you forget about it.
You forget about it.
Okay. So what were the challenges you faced and are still facing regards to doing music in Nigeria?
When people talk about challenges, you see, when you have a passion, when you have a passion for a particular thing, you don't talk about challenge. Everything is intact. Everything helps to, push you forward. Which one will I talk, and which one will I leave? I know back in the days, it's how do I put it this time? You go to the studio to record, you make a mistake, you start afresh.
Yeah.
But these days, it doesn't happen like this. You hear copy and paste. The engineer will just take that part where good.
Music.
Where you do mistake, you can rap part, put like that. Bawam. Ah. So during those days, that's why I call it analog. Analog. Those days, once you make a mistake, you start afresh. I remember we used to use close to 3 hours to balance our drums before we record. Bim. The engineer will say, "Oh, yeah, knock it, bim, ka, bim, ka, ka." Keep on balancing and balancing, and maybe 32 track mixer. Keep on balancing and balancing. The drummer will be in one booth, the horseman will be in another booth, then you, the singer, will be in another booth. Then you are coordinating, you make a mistake, you start afresh again. So these were the challenges, but all these things don't happen again.
Yeah.
Once, you start, and there's a mistake somewhere, the engineer can always say, hold on, I don't copy this one, or I do it. And they even use, what do they call it, tune to make their voice. So, thank you very much. So, then apart from that, every other thing that came my way, which one do I count? Which one do I leave? So challenges are part of life, and it helps to make us who we are.
But how did you manage the fame then, being a preacher's son? I'm sure the fame must have been, especially, then you were like the Michael Jackson of Nigeria. How were you able to manage that and still stay rooted, in your beliefs?
Now God saved me. And God helped me. I mean, it's not my doings at all. But I do remember that I have some little degree of discipline, very, very little one there. I'm careful about, a little bit careful, not too careful about, how I conduct my affairs and things like that. And God helped me a lot to really keep me alive up till now.
Some people used to say that for them to get inspiration, they need to drink something or smoke something. What would you say to that?
I lie. I lie. If you are drinking something, you're just having fun. If you are smoking something, you just want to smoke and stuff like that. Does not mean that music puts you in a mood. For me, if I have a song to present to the public, may I sing the audience? May I sing people that are interested to listen to Bright Chimezie? I'm tuned
Pumped
on.
up.
I'm pumped up. So the idea is this: how can I have fun so that these people can have fun? Music is about having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that? You see,
Yeah.
the fun is how do I people need to look at you and know that you really enjoy this thing you are doing before they start. You can't be frowning your face, you can't be sad and you expect people to, So I think that is that.
Okay, so high life music in Nigeria. Your music is Zigima Sound, right?
Sure,
But it's
sure.
still high life, right?
Yeah, to a large extent, yeah. To some extent, it's high life.
Do you think the genre is getting, how do I put it, outdated? Do you think it's phasing out? Yes, that's the right word.
All right. For me, I the my music is known as Zigima Sound, and Zigima is an Igbo phrase, Uzigama, the message you are supposed to know, or the message you should know. So it's a message-based kind of music. So it's difficult to get outdated because some of the messages we are putting through are timeless. But in the next 10 years, you will still listen to it and draw one kind of inspiration. Can imagine a 32-year-old young man drawing inspiration from a 60-something-year-old. I'll be 65 by October. Can imagine that. There's something in it. So I will conclude that. The music, for me, is a medium. It's a medium for getting your messages across to people.
so you can never, and the you can evolve with it, right? But
Definitely,
it will never get out of style.
it can't,
Yeah.
it can't. You will evolve with it. It doesn't get out of style unless even the beats. Some of the beats these guys are
Yeah,
doing now, they
it's
took it.
also yes.
Yeah, they
Just
go
evolve.
back
They go
and
back.
yeah.
The difference is they did their own with digital technology,
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
we did our own with analog.
And
So,
yeah.
so that is that. And they're not singing anything so different. They
Mm,
use the modern technology to enhance the music.
mm,
Enhance their bass line, enhance their drum work, enhance their guitar lines, and they play few horns. So there isn't too much. I don't see high life music going extinct.
mm.
It can't. And the Zigima music which I created, which I am playing, I don't also see it because I have been with it close to 40 years now,
Mm.
and people still, vibrate to it.
Do you
So
think your
people,
song will continue the Zigama music, or is creating his own sound?
well, for now, he does my compositions on stage.
Okay.
He does Zigma on stage. So I don't know how he intends doing it in future. Then I would have left. So I can't speak for him really. But for now, he's very, very authentic on what we are leaving behind.
Nice, nice, nice. You have a question?
Yes, sir. I
Okay,
wanted to
great.
also ask, when because there was a time that I also was in music, but we used to hear that there were labels back then, international labels in Nigeria. I don't know if that was true. I mean, if there were labels from like maybe I heard about BMI or one of those labels or Sony
Sure,
that were in Nigeria
sure,
signing the likes of Sonny, Ade, and Reason.
sure,
And later they left,
sure,
and there were no label, and that gave birth to the likes of Kenny's music starting all over again. And what is there truth in that there were labels, international labels in Nigeria at the time?
sure. There were international labels in Nigeria. We had EMI,
Yeah, man.
around Oregu side. We had Tabansi. Okay, Tabansi was quite indigenous. We had EMI, we had Polygram Records, we had Decca, Aphrodisia.
Mm.
These were foreign, recording companies.
Mm.
But at a point, they
You
left the
left.
country.
Why is that?
You see,
Why?
I wouldn't know. I think what actually happened. I wouldn't really know because I wouldn't want to make mistake now.
Yes.
Mm.
I don't want to get myself committed in something. But they left.
Mm.
Then we have other indigenous recording companies that copied from these people. We had Tabansi Records. We had Roger Stars, the label that
Nice.
brought me
Yeah.
to limelight. We had Phonodisc.
Mm.
Then I think it was owned by Ishola, one powerful Akwara musician
Mm.
from the Yoruba
Oh,
stock.
Ishala.
Eh?
The artist?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
I don't know
Phonodisc.
Ishala.
Thank you. Phonodisc. So these were both local and international recording companies we had. But at the point, the international ones left.
Mm.
Then we started having multiplicity of all these labels, and they were coming. At a point, the thing degenerated to anybody can have his own label
Label.
Mm.
and produce. So that's that. And
So
that's
when they were here, the international label, was the music business, was it booming?
yeah, it
Did
did
they
boom.
did
Yes,
they
in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. It boomed. It boomed. But not, you can't
To
compare
the
it
level, yeah.
because right now you have a lot of streaming rights,
Mm.
distribution rights, and all this wide. Back in then, it was completely foreign to us. Probably the Oyibo people were enjoying that. We never enjoyed that. Here, we only getting royalties from. We started with this long plate, this big plate. I don't know whether you
Mm.
guys know about
Yes,
it.
the
Yes,
Those
yes,
record,
yeah.
time,
yeah.
big plate. That time. I remember we can do one song for 8 minutes. I did 8 minutes, I did 10 minutes. Osita Sadebe did about 18 minutes, just one song.
Mm.
But things like that do not happen.
Mm.
So
Mm.
we cassettes and yeah, we didn't CDs then, cassette and all these big plates, and that's where our royalties were really coming from. And the recording companies were, they paid us from that.
Sales.
Yeah, thank you very much.
But there was no transparency. You don't know how
We
much
don't
they
know how
actually
much. There
sell.
was no transparency, and in fact, most of the artists that quarreled with the recording companies had huge problem with them. So in my own case, I never looked that way. I concentrated on my art.
Your art.
How do I improve my live performances? How do I sell African style that I just recorded? I remember I did African style in 1990. That was when I recorded that music. I did Respect Africa 1984. Then I formed my band 1984. How do I ground my band? How do I perform in places? So I didn't know that while I was doing all these things, I was busy enshrining myself into the hearts of
People.
people.
Yeah. Because that was where the bulk of your money later came from.
Thank you. So that's exactly how it went by then. Then they weren't giving accurate remunerations to the artists. Most of the artists fell apart with their recording companies until this new era came over, and they're doing well. Artists now are in control of their master tapes.
Yes.
They are in control of, especially this, they are in control of the sales. This time around, you look into YouTube, you see how many views you have. So who are you those days to go to your recording company and say, how many you don't sell? Like I see record. You just have to wait. So really time of anything they compute and tell you, take it like that. So these are part of the challenges we were going through back then in the industry.
There's a culture back then of band, like you mentioned, sir.
Sure.
And I think the new generation singers too, they have their own challenges too as well. But at the end of the day, the culture of band was the way that we look up to you and know how and see you as musicians. Because when I was coming up, band, when we think of King Sunny Ade, the likes, we think of band, we think of live performances. But the culture has changed now. Do you think that we should have more of live performances? This artist should, have more of live performances, because not even presently now, not all the artists are making money through streams. We can still count the people that are making money through streams, while others are now still waiting for them for themselves to make money through streams. Why can't they be big on live performances like you did? Do you think they should, or other artists should, try and bring back the culture of live performances?
The point is this: since our younger folks came to the realization that there is money in music, Big Harry, Tom, and Margaret, and everybody just to make money. Back in the days, we didn't enter into this thing just to make money. We were there because of the passion. Apart from the passion, what message? Some people know how to talk. Some people can stand in a podium and convince people. Others know how to sing. Others have message they want to communicate to you through song. The bottom line is, how do we treat the society? How do we make the society, a better place? So the passion to excel is paramount. Very, very paramount. The new artists, most of them are into it because they hear that music. That's why most of them are clamoring about collabo, let me collabo, so that when you collabo with this person, his how do you put it? His fan base will help you increase your fan base, and which is correct. I see. But most artists then, they never cared too much about collaboration. If you are good, you are good. In fact, those days, we judge it. How many people do pay tickets to come and watch you?
That's how you judge
I'm telling you, that's how you judge yourself. I remember when we used to get fee used to be 5 naira, 10 naira. How many people can afford 10 naira, pay it and get stamped at the gate to come in and watch you? So when people pay to come and watch you, it means that you have really permeated. You know, it means that you are really, it's completely different from when they call you, or maybe they're having chieftaincy ceremony, they call you to come and perform. That one is different. But if your poster comes around in Lekki here now, how many people can come, pay, and watch you? So, artists of today, well, most of them self, too many of them don't play musical instruments. Back in the days, for you to be called a musician, you really have to play a particular instrument, especially the keyboard and the guitar. It will help you to define your music. You know, for instance, without sounding modest, any music I'm bringing out, like, yeah, and I just take my bass guitar, score it with my bass guitar, and score, and I share the parts to the musicians. Then they can develop it from there. So, but these days, it's not like that. An artist comes out probably with a song written for him by another somebody, maybe he can sing. Then the producer turns the music to anywhere he wants it. And remember, the producer has also produced another person. So that same thought he used to produce that person is bring it to you. So you have this identity crisis. And that's why most of them, before they start off, they start introducing themselves. Yeah, so you know, they introduce themselves, which I'm not against it. But back in the days, you don't need to do any introduction. By the time you hear King Sonade's guitar works, you know Sonade is coming. Any moment you go put him out. By the time you hear any of us, just hear the tone, you know who is coming. You can even anticipate the message. What is he going to talk about this time around? What's the chapter? What's the subject? So that was what was in vogue, you know, before all these ones came, before music started yielding money and people just trooped in, you know. So if, to bring back the band culture, our young ones should know a little bit about rudiments of music. You see, once you know a little about rudiments of music and you can do songs by yourself, automatically your music gets a direction. And anybody coming to produce you starts producing you from what is available. From what is available. So if you don't, and he just sing, he gives you what he has.
Yes.
He can equally give you a beat he has given to so many people. And by the time you push it out, all of you are sounding almost the same. So the artist will need to do more, apart from singing. And it's not just easy to carry a microphone and go and start doing live. You have to be well grounded. You have to do a lot of rehearsals. You have to know your keys. You have to be well grounded for you to achieve that. I don't know what I've answered.
Yes, and you have to also know how to dance.
That one, Najara for you now.
Great. We've been having an amazing time listening to you, sir. I think before you go, we'd like to ask some questions about, you know, what to expect from you in the future and any advice you have on. I know you must have said a lot, but what's the advice you have for upcoming, you know, musicians? When I mean upcoming musicians, I mean musicians, the ones that have the talent. What would you advise them?
What I will advise them is number one, talent is not enough. It follows discipline. And you really have to be very, very definite. Where am I coming from? Where am I going to? Then Rome was not built in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. Whatever thing you see me doing has been with me for 40 something years or even 50 something years. But when I open up, it looks so simple. Simple because it's been with me. It's there. It's there. So the advice I have for them is to keep on pushing. If you know you are doing something and it is from your core, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep on improving on it. One time, one day, you are luck definitely will shine.
Mm. So what should we expect from you in the nearest future?
Yeah, so many zygmatical vibes. I'm from a zygmatical capacity. Let me use Zigma language. You know, we are here to, number one, our old jobs. We will kind of repackage them and bring them to modern beats.
Okay.
Then there are a lot of releases that will be coming your way. We are taking it step by step, and a lot of live shows too. You
Mm.
can see I'm bubbling with life and enthusiasm. So we intend to do a lot of live performances
Mm.
so that people will see, you know, especially the new generation, they will see and compare
Mm.
and see what they can take
Out of it.
out of the whole thing to, help themselves to grow.
Mm.
That is that. We'll be
It's
doing more of what we've been doing, in the past.
great. I like your outfit.
Thank
Is
you.
this Yoruba or Igbo? This looks like Yoruba. This looks like Ashoke. Is it?
This one?
Yeah.
No, it's not actually okay.
Eh.
It's not actually okay. But if it's actually okay, we're Africans.
Abi, you have a question?
Yes, yes. I
Will
wanted
your
to.
question finish today?
Sorry.
No, it's
Uh,
okay.
I wanted to.
No, I'm here. Just go ahead. I mean,
Sorry. I wanted to ask back then. I wanted to know there were a lot of legends back then. I wanted to know which were your favorites in terms of your colleagues that you look up. It's not pretty much look up to, but when you were active and you just look at his sound and you are like, wow, this person has come up with this
Mhm.
again, because we do that now. you know who are the people that you really loved in terms of their music?
Then and now, you tell us for
But
now. Apart from the video,
then
yes,
then then
then first,
first.
yeah.
yes. Then, a lot of them, a lot of them. I enjoyed listening to uh, Fela Anikulapo Kuti.
Hmm.
Mm.
I visited him several times,
Mm.
and we had a couple of shows together at those days. We used to call it TBS, Tafawa Balewa Square
Yeah, yeah.
show. And, I also admire King Sonny Ade
Hmm.
too. We visited each other. We had some couple of shows together. I remember we had this show together, 1997, where he set up and I set up and
Hmm.
we played.
Mm.
Back in the East, Chief Osito Sadebe
Hmm.
Mm.
was there too. We exchanged visits and we loved ourselves before he passed on. So these are musicians that are deeply rooted
Hmm.
into the African system.
Hmm.
So I admire them a lot, and a host of others, So from that background, we shot up to this level now.
What about now?
Now, almost all of them are doing fine. They
No,
almost
I'm saying the artists, new generation artists that you
Yes.
vibe to, that you love.
okay. All right. They plenty. Oh. They plenty. I know saying I go shout David and my son. That one day. They plenty. Oh. I can't start, calling this and that. I've had one or two to do with them.
Mm.
Somebody like Flavor,
Mm.
Nabalea,
I know.
when he was doing his show in London, he came to me, that you are going to make you come grace my show
Oh,
for London. I
nice.
said, why?
Mhm.
How come he took care of my flight ticket and, you know, um, uh, yes, took care of me well in London. And his show in London was bam, you
Mm.
know. Apart from him, Davido and a lot of them, almost all of them.
Mm.
When we meet, I mean, it's fun because
Mm.
they keep telling me that they love my energy. And they keep telling me, say, Baba, the energy there. I say, what I go do now? When they enjoy them small, small before I exit. So all of them are doing very, very well. They've been able to use education. They've been able to use the digital technology to advance our music. You know, the only thing I am talking about is maybe one of these days we'll have meeting. I say, I beg, these our lyrics, make we dey look into it too. Because some of these things, you go to wait for us. So, for instance, now when I did look at some of the things I did 40 years ago, they come to my face. I remember I did Where is Love, a song. I said, Where is love when people are manufacturing war weapons? Where is love when people are killing every day? Each time I hear the music and I play it, it looked as if I was very, very prophetic. I did a song again, Life of Yesterday. I did say in that song, before I want to talk about Life of Yesterday, with a string in your pocket, you chop well. So that was a song I did 1985, 86. So when I look at the current realities, you know, now, it looked as if I was very, very prophetic then. And I can sit down and watch what I did in the past with my wife and children. So no matter the mood, no matter how people take the shock you, be careful about what you put out. Because it will wait for you. It could come to a time whereby the way you vibrate now is not the way you are vibrating then. And it comes to you. You can imagine this on our days now, you say that the internet doesn't forget. You can imagine our own time. Within that time, what we did, people didn't forget. People did not forget. Some of us that were able to have videos, because back in the days, it was difficult to record videos and things. We were lucky enough, you know, our recording companies tried as much as possible to, you know. So we see them, watch them and say, thank God. Oh. So the guys are doing well, all of them, by enjoy. I've come in contact with too many of them, a lot of energy, a lot of creativity. The digital technology is well used, and their vocal delivery, fantastic. You know, fantastic. Then what comes out of your mouth should be kind of, you know, or guided and things like that, and it will help the society, so that our kids, the younger ones, don't you know, really go astray.
When you look at the music industry now and see the amount of money that people are making out of it, do you feel any regrets? Like, did you feel like, oh, we didn't
Missed
get
out
as
on
much, we
something.
missed out on something, you know?
Not at all. Not at all. This is your time. You know, this is your time. This is their time.
It's your time till you're still doing music. It's your time till you're still
Thank you
doing
very
music.
much. You know, thank God that I'm alive too. You know.
Yes,
So,
yes.
the amount of money these boys they chop these days is big. But I'm not a greedy person. You see, I'm not greedy. I keep telling. I say, this is the time. Let them enjoy their youth. Let them enjoy their time. Let them ride their big cars. But let them be very, very careful. So in our time, there weren't those days, even though now my time too, much money wasn't there. You know, most of the things you make through shows. And how much do they pay? You know, if I tell you how much we did collect, even though then the value of money.
Yes.
You can't. I remember the first car I bought it for 12,000 naira. Then and by then if they call you for show and pay you 5,000, that is big money, huge money then, you know. So but you cannot compare it with now, you know. Boys now talking millions. They talk in millions, and the value of music is now people appreciate music better.
Yeah.
These days, you can see a father to ask a son, go and do music. By then, we dey hide the do am. Oh, we dey hide the do am. We did it out of stubbornness.
Yeah.
Like I did mention to you that the first television I appeared on, my parents didn't know about it.
Yes.
I hid and went and recorded at the NTR. The day they were going to relay it, I told my father that I was going to appear on television. He said, "Lele, wait." I said, "Okay now." And that was around immediately after network news. The program Now Sound came up, and they saw me on television. The whole village gathered around. How many people had television that day? Black and white within that time. So, if one person that has it, at least you can get about 20 to 30 people watching one black and white. So these are the things. Life of yesterday, cannot be compared with life now.
Yeah.
But all the same, we give thanks and praises to God.
But at least now you're buzzing. I'm sure you would increase your performance fee now.
No, why wouldn't I was just trying to tell you in the past. I was just tell you, say, not be now. If you touch me now, they pay you.
But do you still own the rights to your masters?
Sure,
the old ones.
Sure, yes.
Perfect.
My contract was
perfect
distribution and marketing rights. So I own my rights and everything. And the streaming is working well.
Amazing.
Yes, it's working well, and the live shows too. It's also working well. I'm not a greedy man. I have to tell you the truth.
Yes,
so I am these Gen Z boys. I they follow them. They partake too.
That's good to know. Thank you so much, sir. I had an amazing time today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us and your experiences. And we look forward to seeing more music from you, more albums, more money, more enjoyment. Yeah.
Especially more money.
Especially more money.
Can you
yes.
say it again? More
money in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, because if anybody deserves it, is you. Your song is timeless. And I'm so happy that you're alive today to be able to reap the fruit of your labor. So the streaming that you didn't even have then, you are still here now and you're still going to enjoy it. And I'm so happy that you are still active in the music industry. It's amazing to see. You said something that you were already recording your acoustic versions before Davido. You understand? So it's almost as if he met you at the right time. If you weren't doing it, you would have missed out on something.
Yeah, definitely. We were walking before he came over. I just see that thing as the hand of God.
Yes.
Just used it. Introduced this man into the
to the new generation.
To his generation.
Wow.
And thank God I vibed with them. And
yes.
I'm still vibing with them now.
Yeah.
The only thing this Gen Z Papa where they call me now.
It fits you now.
Now they're trying to consider. always trying to pull my energy, showing me energy and stuff like that. So okay, no problem now. You now bring energy, I bring. We're gonna do them like that.
All right, shout out to Davido. Shout out to Davido for doing this. It's amazing. Like you said, it's not easy. Other people might have copied or be inspired by you, but they don't mention it. But he actually did mention it. Yes, and it did impact your music.
Yeah, his humility is top notch. Quite respectful. It's
nice.
Like that day I was calling, Daddy my Bella, such things, I got enthralled and I love that. I appreciate him for that.
Great. All right, guys, we've come to the end of today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. You know the drill. Like, comment, and share. And if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section. I hope you had a nice time today and I hope you were inspired. And if you're into music, this whole podcast is like a masterclass for you. Make sure that you are deep rooted and make sure that you learn how to play a musical instrument for you to be called a musician. So thank you guys for watching. Until we meet again. Bye.